Hey, I'm Blake Lewis, and you're watching Northwest Talent Showcase. I moved to California 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago. I live in Sherman Oaks. And since I moved, I have just completed my third album, which is called Portrait of a Chameleon, and it should be coming out in the next couple of months on my record label, Audio Daydream Records, which is named after my first album, Audio Daydream. I've had many major label record deals, and I thought with this album I would produce it, do it myself, you know, DIY. Right? Is that right? DIY?
Yeah, that's right.
DIY. Edit.
Do it yourself. Do yourself.
So with this one, Audio Daydream Records was established with this album in the works, and I spent about a year and a half on this album. I had so many songs, and really picking the ones that I really wanted to produce, you know, work more than a day on, because I try and do a song or two a day in my studio, and you know, it's really, with this album was just really going to the root, just playing piano, doing a lot of beatbox loops. I made a whole entire sample library for this album, so a lot of the programming is just beatboxing, like just put them in my MPC, which I use the NI's version. It's called The Machine, and chopped up vocals, and you know, me and my good friend Matt Lang, we did the whole album together. So it's a really personal record, lots of personal stories on this album. I took a different approach as a songwriter this time. I was getting my, you know, my sting on, you know, or you know, just fantastic songwriting. I just listened to a lot of it. Listened to a lot of instrumental music, lots of world beat, lots of breakbeat, old school breaks, a lot of trap music. I'm really into that right now. Just good bass music. And yeah, and my album's been done for about a month, and I'm working on lots of videos and content, and gonna do a big push. Your Touch came out the end of February, and it did really, really, really well. One of my best tracks that I've ever put out, which I was really happy about, because it was like my baby. I had a bunch of songs for the album, and that one was kind of just like stuck out. This is going to be the one. And I was approached by Microsoft. I'd done some commercials for them in the past. I do a lot of commercial music, develop beats and compositions for commercials, and you know, they really liked that song, and I was like, all right. So Matt and I made two different versions. We made one specifically for Microsoft, which had a more epic feeling, and you know, very like put some like operatic singing in there, put strings on it. And on my version, we made it a little more synthy, a little more sexy, moody, a little more moody. With the help of Microsoft, it really, you know, it became the single, because that, you know, when you have something like that come, you know, a big company really behind a song, you know, you gotta push it and get it out to many people as possible. I got to tour to Germany and London, and you know, a lot of new fans that had nothing to do with my past being on television. It's really cool that, you know, my music got out to a bunch of new people, new fans, young and old. Like, I've been getting reached out to by so many people. It's been great. Currently, right now, at this very moment, I'm working on two different projects here in Seattle. I just started a side project with IG88, who's a kind of like a chill step, glitch, atmospheric producer, and we're doing something completely that's not pop. Trying to break my mold as a songwriter, get out of the box, and just kind of more freeform. And we've been working on like 4 songs already, and I literally just met him like a couple weeks ago. Nice. When I was in town with performing and writing with my friend Ross Ion. We wrote a song called On Saturnella Eve, which is on his album The Sickle and Sword. Nice. And we wrote it at London Bridge, and then the next night we performed it at a benefit
Wow.
for the Glamour and the Squalor, which was at EMP
Nice.
for Marco Collins. And it was really special to like go back to London Bridge Studio, which I recorded my first single, Breaking Up. My advice for up and coming acts is just, you know, really find your niche and find your fans. I mean, they want to hear you if you want to play for them, and really, you know, do lots of gigs, as many gigs as you can, and you know, get better on stage and really try and develop your craft, whether you're an entertainer or just a songwriter, and you know, you're just playing a guitar. You know, get better. You know, and really get your feet wet. You know, that's why I'm here tonight. You know, this is the place that was the jump off for me. The jet deck. It was on Payne Field, and it was the jump off for me because I just played open mics all the time. I just would come and play open mics and just make weird, crazy noises. And tonight, hopefully, I'll get crazy, trippy on the mic and just not give a flying F. You know. And I mean, I did a lot of music, you know, growing up, and I did my acapella group Kickshot. But during that time, I was doing a hip hop group called Unexpected Arrival, and I wrote 2 of the singles for them. And at that time, I was also hosting raves, which is so crazy that electronic music is massive now here. And during that time, I, you know, was at the Jet Deck doing open mics and just getting really weird on the mic and trying to develop who I was as an artist, as a solo artist, because I was affiliated with all these people, but I hadn't found who I was yet. So now it's full circle. I'm here, you know, with all friends, coming back to raise some money, you know, some charity for my friend's Project Lionheart, who, you know, their house burned down. I DJ occasionally. I don't DJ as much as I did. It's always been fun for me. I love DJing. I was a wannabe DJ my whole life. I think they're the life of the party. They get the party started and they can end it real quick. You know what I mean? If you're not good, then people will be not dancing, you know? So, I think I got a good collection of music and I like playing it for people. So, I get hired to DJ occasionally, and I do New Year's and a couple gigs next year. But to me, it's just fun, you know? And it's all about the crowd. It really, some DJs are about themselves, and you know, those DJs are usually producers too, which is great in electronic music. You know, so they're playing their own music and whatnot. But you know, it's about the crowd. It's about the people. It's about the experience. You know. And so I just try and, you know, have a good time, because if I'm having a good time, I think everyone else is having a good time. I could be wrong. I could be totally blinded. I don't do it as much. I wish I could. I wish I had just like I wish I had this like hole in the wall DJ gig where I could just like be kind of super selfish and play what I wanted to, you know, and just have people come. I've had so many experiences in LA. It's crazy. I just got to sing with Nick Hexum from 311 and his brother Zach a couple weeks ago, and that was a dream come true for me. So that was cool for me. The one thing I can say that LA has been a little different than Northwest is just like everyone from the world comes there. So my favorite bands from Sweden and Scotland and, you know, all over the world will come there, and I get to experience some of the things that will make it up this fun. If they're cool, they are. They come to the Northwest. Find me online at BlakeLewisOfficial.com. Anything that's social networking, just / that whoosh, and put my name, Blake Lewis. Northwest Talent Showcase.
You should do it just like that.